students, so finally we are back with a new chapter in your SST syllabus, and that is development from economics. So this is the very first chapter of economics, and if you are following Diksha Vedantu, you know that we already uploaded one chapter, chapter 1 of 6, that is power sharing. Even the rapid revision, that is revision of the chapter in 30 minutes, is already being uploaded. Now it is the high time we are going to study development. Okay, welcome on the platform Diksha Vedantu. This is your faculty Tanvi Pauja, and today we will study in depth the chapter development. See, whenever anyone asks you a question, what do you want to do in future, or anyone asks me the question, why are you working this much, and the answer only is that is growth. Everywhere, everyone out there in the world is hustling just for their growth, right? And growth comes with development. Either the development is in one person, or the development is in a family, or either the development is in a country. So, as we are studying the large perspective, we will understand it with the smaller perspective, then going how it affects the development of a nation. Okay, so hope that you understood what the chapter is all about. Let's have a look what we are going to study today. Okay, first of all, we will understand what is development. The second important thing is that different people have different developmental goals, right? The third is mixed of goals, national development, World Bank report, then Human Development Bank, and at last a small and the very favorite topic of CBSE, that's sustainability of development. See, bacha, whenever I teach you, right? Whenever I teach you, I always say that this is what we should follow. That means whenever you study a chapter, how to study is also important. Beta, you just entered into class 10, right? And the one thing that I want you to keep in mind that you find SST either boring or so easy. But you know that SST is the only subject which can maintain your percentage or boost your percentage in final exam, right? We are here now talking about final exams from now. I'm not here to scare you, but I want to tell you that beta, take from day one, take SST seriously. And by seriously, what I mean is study a little every day, but every day. So be consistent about it. How we will study SST, that's the important point. And the same thing we are going to follow in the chapter development. The first thing what we have to do is to understand the chapter nicely. Right? To understand the chapter, you are watching my video right now. Okay, once you complete understanding the chapter, you are going to read the NCERT. Okay, you are going to read the NCERT. Okay, once you read the NCERT, you will be making your notes. How to make the notes, I will tell you in between, right? You will be making what? Notes. Once you are done with making note, you will be preparing the chapter's MCQs. Now, from where to get the MCQs? I will give that, or you can find it on Google as well as behind the NCERT book too. Right? After this, the most important thing is you will solve all NCERT questions. First, focus on what? All NCERT questions. So, you will be solving what, bacha? All the NCERT questions, and the last and the most important thing that you will follow is to solve the homework questions that I am going to give you in the same class. Homework question. So, this will be the pattern we are going to study throughout the year. All the chapters of SST will be uploaded on the same platform, same channel. You just follow this sequence, and I can bet here if you follow this for all the chapters in SST, you will be thanking me in the last that ma'am, this is what helped us a lot. Right? Okay, so are you ready? Fine. Comment down right now that yes ma'am, we are going to follow this, then only I can understand that you are listening to me. We will start the chapter development. As I told you in the starting beta, see, everyone out there round the corner in the world is working for growth or working for development. Okay, but we are well aware that the growth or the development for every person is not same. Like, let's have a look of this with the help of example. When you will open the NCERT, you will see on the first page itself 2 examples are given here. And the two examples are that, for example, like there is a girl child in a family or there is a boy child in a family, right? And being in the patriarchal society, we are well aware that what are the difference being raised as a girl child or being raised as a boy child, right? So whenever we see that there are certain developmental demands of a girl, the girl will say that, oh my God, I want as much as freedom as my brother has. Right? This will be the goal. This will be the developmental goal of that girl. That I want the freedom as my brother has. I also want to go out at the same time. I also want to wear the dresses as I want, etc., etc. So don't you think the developmental goal of brother might not be this? Rather, he might be thinking that, oh, what to plan for today, right? What to eat that's already prepared for today, etc. So I'll give you one more example which will give you a clear understanding of what I am saying right now. Right? Consider there is a place where certain villagers are living. Right? Now someone came there and made an industry, a big industry. Right? Now as he made the industry over there, the villagers, however, got the employment. That was okay. But now what happened? That industrialist was gaining momentum in the market and he was having growth and growth and growth. Now he wanted electricity there as electricity was not there. Right? So he thought that with the help of government, let me make a dam here. Okay, I'll make the investment. With that dam, we can generate electricity and it will come to my industry, right? But for construction of that dam, those villagers were asked to displace, right? In this, there are two different things, that industrialist is having growth. But what do you think the villagers are having? No, they are not getting any growth. The development is not done for them. So pay attention here. What 3 points which you need to put in your mind while reading the chapter, that different people have different developmental goal. That girl child and boy child have different developmental goal. That industrialist and villagers have different developmental goal. The goal of the industrialist was to earn money which whatever way possible. And the goal of the villagers was to stay in their livelihood with whatever way possible. Getting my point? Right? Second is, what may be development for one may not be development for another. For an example, there is a small poor villager, right? A farmer with no land, right? He's working on another's land, and whenever he's working, what is the developmental goal? He should get at least the work daily. He should be paid enough by that work so that they can eat, sleep and have a good livelihood. However, there is a big, large landowner farmer in the village. What might be the developmental goal of this person? That I can send my children out to study. I can build a big home, right? This might be the developmental goal. So what may be development for one may not be the development for other. This you should keep in mind. Sometimes the questions directly come from the statements. So in this type of statement, you can give the examples. Majorly, two marker question will come from this. Okay, I'm not burdening you so much right now by telling that how to write a 2 marker, how to write a 3 marker, but gradually you will learn along with me. Okay, pay attention when I say that, bacha, now you're in class 10th, you're not in class 8, so all the time you're writing your answers, choose to write in points, not in paragraphs. So if the question comes, explain why different people have different developmental goals, you can give the 2 examples as I mentioned, that's written in NCERT. Choose the example always from NCERT. Okay, if you want good marks, if you want your marks not to be deducted, choose always the examples from NCERT. Okay, so I hope you understood what actually development means and how actually the development is different from one person to another. Right? Clear? Okay, fine. Up till here, everything is quite clear. But now what happened now? Acha, if I ask you a question, that according to you, who is the most developed person in your society? right? Wherever you are living. So whenever I ask you this, one quick question, one quick answer will come in your mind. Whoever is earning the most, right? Whoever has the luxurious car, whoever has the luxurious house, right? So according to you, the developed person will be the one who earned the most. But what if inside that beautiful house, the family is not happy? Right? There is a problem. So when I say what actually we mean by development, right? So the first answer that come in our mind is income. If you have more money, then you are happy. Actually, somewhere it is right, but somewhere there are other criterias also. Let us weigh that, right? See, there are two types of goals for a person. One goal is materialistic goal and the other is non-materialistic goal. I'll tell you with the help of example. What we think right now is that money is everything. Okay? What we think right now that money is everything, and by this money we are meaning the materialistic, okay, materialistic growth. That means because of this money we can buy a good house, good car, etc. So our approach is what, bacha? Materialistic. But you will be clear by this example. For an example, now you are searching for jobs, right? You are searching for jobs. You have two options, option number A and option number B. Right? In option A, you are getting job for 6 months only. Okay? 6 months only. But here your salary is 1 lakh rupee per month. Right? Your workload is not there. You just need to work for 4 hours. But you have to work whatever they say. By whatever they say, I mean whatever they say. Right? In the second condition, you have the work that's secured. That means you have security of job. Okay? However, the salary here is 40,000 rupees. And here they promises so many things to you. Here you have to work 8 hours a day. But along with that, you have certain medical benefits. Right? You have certain insurance. You have all the HR policies that are required for a company. Right? If I just ask you a question, which job will you choose? I'm pretty sure that you will answer B. Right? If you are not that type of Gen Z kid that who wants only money and money. See, beta, materialistic thing is needed. But along with materialistic thing, there are certain non-materialistic things that's also needed, like equal treatment. If you are working in a place, you want what? Equal treatment. You want freedom. You want security. You want respect. You want that there is no discrimination over there. And this is what is known as mixed of goals. This is what is known as mixed of goals. I'm giving you the statement. Pay attention that money is needed. But not only the money is needed. Okay? When you want development, money will be there. But along with money, we have more goals. And these goals are known as mixed of goals. Okay? So money is not only the single, see, money is not only criteria to measure development, but it is one of the criteria to measure development. Fine? Getting my point? So if you want to work, you will need money as well as other factors which are listed here. Okay? We will understand this with a good example, written in NCERT. If you get a job in a far off place that I was telling you, before accepting it, you would try to consider many factors apart from income, such as facilities for your family, working atmosphere, the opportunity to learn. In another case, a job may give you less pay but may offer regular employment that enhance your sense of security. Another job, however, may pay high but no job security, leaving no time for your family. This will reduce your sense of security and freedom. So whenever you want development, it is not just income that you are seeking for. You are seeking for mix of goals. Right? Is it clear? I hope the story you are understanding nicely. See, the chapter starts with the definition of development, that growth is equals to development. Then we understood that the development is not same for everyone. Okay, what may be development for one may not be development for another. In this development, what we seek is income. Then we understood that it is not just income, rather there are mixed of goals. Okay, understood the sequence nicely? Very good, very good. Let's move further. Now what you're thinking, in the entire chapter we will be just talking about development and a single people? No. Why they are making you understand this development? Because now it is the time we need to talk about national development. Like I was talking about my development, right? Here it is economics and we will talk about nation's development. There are multiple times you might have heard the word that India is a developed country. Okay, that India is a developed country. You might have heard, sorry. Okay, so there are multiple times when you... There are multiple times when you might have heard the word that India is a developing country, right? That India is a developing country. Then there are times when we saw that USA is a developed country, and we even have listened this that Pakistan is an underdeveloped country or nation, right? Now here you can identify three different words: developing, developed, underdeveloped. Right? We are giving this criteria to country on the basis of something. Now we have to see that how nation's development is calculated, or what is nation's development. Okay, so whenever we talk about nation's development, again, when I was asking you about single person development, what was your answer? Income, ma'am. Similarly, when we are talking here about nation's development, what should be our answer? That the country that earned the most might be more developed. But is it actually true? We have to figure that out in this video right now, in this chapter right now. So the line comes here, how to compare different countries or states. How to compare what? Different countries or state. The first thing that actually came into my mind was income, hence we will look at that. So the world leaders out there, the first criteria they adopted was total income of the country, as we were thinking. If we want to just compare one country with another, we will see which country earns the most or not. Like right now you might be listening that news that India has been dropped to 6th position in GDP. So what is that? We have to understand that only, right? So first we have calculated total income of the country. What does it means? The income of all the residents of the country. Pay attention to that. We are just doing one single thing. We are calculating the income of all the citizens of the country, right? But do you think that that's fair enough? Do you think that? Okay, if you don't think that, we will have a look at this example. Okay, consider there is a country A. Okay, consider there is a country A and there is a country B. Fine. In country A, there are 5 citizens. However, in country B, there are 10 citizens. However, in country B, there are 10 citizens, because we know that the population of India, right, as well as the population of Japan is not same. Right? If we see that it is more than 140 crore population. However, I don't remember the population of Japan, but it is exactly less. Right? Now, if we consider these two countries and compare them according to the total income, right? Total income of all the citizens, we calculate them. As India has more citizens, don't you think that the income of the India will be more? Exactly. But by this, can we prove that we are more developed than Japan? No, not at all, never. We can never prove that we are more developed than Japan, because we actually are not. So, this system of comparing countries on the basis of this total income failed here. Right? Then, now what happened in maths also, when we need to compare the big data, what we usually do, we find the average. What we do? We find the average. We know that the proportion of population is not same in India and Japan, and likewise in other countries too. So, let's find average to this. Okay, so we did that, and that is known as average income. And that is known as what, bacha? Average income. What is average income? Average income is equals to total income of the citizens. Pay attention. Total income of all the citizens of the country divided by its total population. Fine. Total income divided by total population. What will we get? The average income of a person. And that is known as per capita income. That means income of the country per person, basically. Okay? Per person income of the country. Got it the point? Now we got what, bacha? Average income. So, seeing this criteria of average income, the world leader presented its report. Right? The world leaders presented its report, and the work was done by World Development Bank. Sorry, World Bank. Okay? And the work was done by World Bank. What was the report's name? World Development Bank. Now, as we saw just now, what is the criteria used in that? That is per capita income. What is the criteria used in that? Per capita income. According to this World Developmental Report, beta, countries whose income is more than $63,400. Pay attention to it. The criteria are quite important. This is a 5-marker question. Okay, according to this, the countries whose income is more than $63,400, these will be considered as rich countries. You have paisa, you are a developed country. Right? However, they also said that the countries whose income is less than $2,400, these countries are considered as low income countries. Okay, they are considered as what, bacha? Low income countries. Now what happened? We will also see the condition of India too. So if we see that India has the income of $10,030 according to the data of 2013. And by this, we do not lie either in rich countries, yani ki upper income group, or lower income group. So, we lie somewhere in middle income group, right? We lie somewhere in what, beta? Middle income group, and in middle income group on the lower side. That means India lies in the group of middle income, right? Low middle income, sorry. What? Low middle income. So these were the criteria of the report published by World Bank. What is the criteria of this report? Per capita income. Now comes the question, ma'am, is this report successful? Right? Actually, it is not. Okay, let us understand it why. So, we were seeing that it is a failure. Why? By comparing these with the help of the table. So, there is country A and there is country B. Okay. First, we struggled with that in each of the countries, the number of citizens are not same. So, now we did averages. Let us take the example of country A and country B. In both the countries, there are 5 citizens. Total, how many citizens, bacha? There are total... There are total 500 citizens. Monthly income of the citizen in rupees. When you look at this graph in the book, you will see some mistake in this graph. Actually, there is a mistake in this graph. Right? I'll tell you in between what the mistake is. So, country A. In the country A, the citizen number 1 earned the rupees 9,500. How many rupees, bacha? 9,500. The second citizen earned 10,500. Fine. Third one, 9,800 rupees. Next is again 10,000 rupees. and the last one is 10,200. So according to World Development Report, the criteria to compare countries should be average income. To find the average income, first we need to find the total income. Let's calculate. So this is 0, this is 0, 5, 5, 10, 8 to 10. Okay, carry is, oh my god, SST teacher. 2, 9, 9, 18, 19, 20, and it's 50,000 total. If we calculate this total income upon total population, okay, how much is the population? 5. So what will be the average income of one person? It will be 10,000 rupees. Okay, it will be what, bacha? 10,000 rupees. That each citizen here average is 10,000 rupees. Fine, that's good. No problem. Now come to country B. In this country B, there is a person, number 1 citizen, who earns 500 rupee. Second one also earn 500. Third citizen earns 500. Fourth earns 500. But however, the fifth one earns 48,000 rupees. Okay, again the total is 50,000, which is equal to the average of 10,000. So you can understand here that the situation is a problem. See, both the countries, the total income is 50,000, the average income becomes 10,000. But do you think by seeing that all the citizen in country B earns the same and is living the same life and their developmental goal is same? Do you think that? No. So here the average income we were talking about, that it is a good and the best criteria to compare countries. Now it is questionable. How? Because average are useful for comparison, bacha. We know. What is the positive thing of average? That it is used for comparison, but they hide disparities, the differences among the people. And this is very much clear by this chart that is given in your NCERT, table that is given in your NCERT. Very good example is there. See, if we look at the condition of country A, right? If we look at the condition of country A, every citizen is enjoying the same benefits. However, when we see the country B, only one person is enjoying the benefit because that person is earning maximum. Is it clear? Right? So this is what I want to tell you, that the World Development Report published by World Bank, criteria per capita income failed. Now what next? What next? To understand it more better, that what was the problem, right? The problem was that we were only and only calculating income, that I stated in the starting that they are mixed of goals. So as we understood that if we want to measure the development of a person, if we want to develop, we are expecting mixed of goals. So why not in the countries? When we are comparing different countries, along with incomes, there might be certain criteria to be measured too. And this will be clear to you by these tables again that is given in your book. Okay, so here what we are doing, within a country, we are comparing different states. In this table 1.3, the per capita income of some selected states of country is given. The states are Haryana, Kerala and Bihar. Right? If you look at the per capita income of Haryana, it's 2,64,729. And if we see the per capita income of Kerala, it's 2,34,405. However, when we see the per capita income of Bihar, it's 47,498, which clearly indicates the least per capita income is of Bihar and the highest per capita income is of Haryana. That means Haryana earns the most. Might be the government there is also working the most. Okay, to understand this more better, what we did, we compared more data on Haryana, Kerala and Bihar. And the result we found was shocking. How? See. So, first we went to calculate infant mortality rate. Infant mortality rate. Now, what's that? First, we have to understand that. But infant here means a child that is less than 1 year. Okay? A child that is less than 1 year. That means the age of that child lies between 0 to 1. Right? The word mortality here means death. So there are chances, there are incidents when the number of children die before the age of 1 year, and here we are calculating them in the proportion of 1,000 live births. That means 1,000 children born, right? So when we calculated the infant mortality rate, we have seen that in Haryana, the 28 child that die above 1,000 children below, like before 1 year. Similar such data we got to know, 6 is the number in Kerala, 27 is the number in Bihar. That's acceptable because they earn the less. So they might have like invested less in health. But here, why is this difference? Right? Haryana is earning more than Kerala, but why the infant mortality rate is more there? Okay, before answering to this, let's check literacy rate also. What is literacy rate? So it measures the proportion of literate people above the age of 7 years. Right? How many of the people are literate actually who know how to read and write and do basic maths? Right? So here the percentage is 82% in Haryana, 94 in Kerala, 62 in Bihar. Again, more in Kerala, right? Next is about net attendance ratio. What's net attendance ratio? It is total number of children of age group of 15 to 17 year. We just chose a age group that is 15 to 17 year, and we saw that how many of them are attending school as a percentage of total number of children. So this we are finding in percentage of same group. So the percentage is 73% in Haryana, 94% in Kerala, and in Bihar it's 69, which pretty clear. But here the most is in Kerala. The students who are going to schools, the most is in Kerala. Get it? So now by this thing, it's clearly understandable that the state which earns the most is not definable that it has worked on the citizen most. Similarly, in the past one, which is clear that country A and country B, whose average income is same, doesn't means that their citizens are also living the same life. And if a place has more income, does not means that they are living happier than the place that is earning less. So what will be more, like what will be the approach? The approach should be that along with income, there are certain other criteria which we need to look to compare the countries. Okay, so money is one of the criteria, beta, but not the single criteria to measure the development. That this is the thing that you should need to keep in mind. Okay, is it clear to you? Sure. Let's have a look. So how is it happening? How is that the average person, right? Average person in Haryana has more income than in that of Kerala, but lags behind in the development in the crucial areas. And those crucial areas are particularly, first one is education plus health. Why is it? Because they are not investing much on that. They are not working on that. Right? The answer is very clear, beta, that money in your pocket cannot buy all the goods and services that you need to like live a good life. Because Haryana had money, but they could not do it. Then why Kerala? What is the reason that Kerala has a good literacy rate, Kerala has good health facilities in comparison to Haryana? Because they worked adequately on facilities like health and education. They created effective measures like PDS system to be implemented. PDS, public distribution system, you know that? To provide the ration, basic ration to the citizen who lies in the low income group, BPL, below poverty line. Right? We studied this in 9th class. So, focus on public facilities. Our public facilities are the facilities that should be provided by the government. Hence, it is very clear that the money in the pocket cannot define how developed you are. And hence, it is same for the countries too. That the countries earning most cannot be defined as the developed countries or the most income countries. So, finally, United Nations. Right? United Nations took a step to replace that World Development Report which was a failure. And now the report is known as Human Development Report. Pay attention to it. The report is known as Human Development Report. It is published by an organization that is UNDP, United Nations Development Program, and here the criteria is changed that along with per capita income, which was the criteria of World Bank. Okay, along with this per capita income, the criteria should also be education level and the health status. Okay, so finally it was being issued. In this report, what they prepared is an index. Okay, index, that means list of countries ranked. Okay, ranking is done, first number, second number, and that is known as index. In this index, there are total 193 countries. And if I talk about India's rank, according to 21-22, it is 134. Clear? Is it clear or not? So now here comes the point that if you want, right, if you want to compare the countries, it is not only money that will help you. It is the Human Development Report that is published by UNDP. Okay, the criteria is education, health, per capita income. How many countries are there? 193. What is the rank of India? 134. It should be marked up on your fingertips now. Okay, but here we should have a look to this too. So this is again a table that is given in NCERT, which provide us the list of certain countries. Let's have a look how it is actually. So what are the criteria they opted? The first one is gross national income. That's actually per capita income. Okay, income of a person. So here in Sri Lanka, the per capita income is 11,899. It's 11,899 beta. Okay, if we look at India, that's 6,951, and you might be thinking even less than Sri Lanka. Yeah, that's the reason, is actually the population also, as well as the majority is also the reason. Myanmar, Pakistan, Nepal, Bangladesh. Let us look at life expectancy at birth. So what is life expectancy at birth? Basically here the criteria is about health. Okay, so life expectancy at birth means how long a person is living after birth, longevity of life. Okay, and here in India it is 67.7. It's 67.7. Mean year of schooling. So here the criteria is education. Here the criteria is beta what? Education. Right? How much you are, like what is the mean year of schooling? How long you are studying once you get the age of 25 and above. After that we will calculate, because some of the people like study for a long time too. So these are the three criteria. Definition are given here, like per capita income, life expectancy at birth, and mean year of schooling. What you need here to see is Sri Lanka, being the country with so much civil war, civil tensions, is still at the rank of 78, and India here is 134. Even let's look at Myanmar, it is at the position of 144, and even Pakistan is not so far, that's 164. Bangladesh, it's at the position of 129, which is better than India. Okay, better than India in ranking. Now the question comes, why? Now the question comes, bacha, why? So it's clear that if we look at Sri Lanka, the population is one of the factor. Other than population, by 70, like we know that 74% are Sinhala people, and they worked for Sinhalese people as a community whole. Right? And however, if we look at India, there is Hindu majority too, but there too so much divisions are there. Getting my point? So here is a look about World Development Report and Human Development Report and World Development Report. One important question that comes is, write the differences between, okay, write the differences between World Development Report and Human Development Report. Okay, I'm giving you this question as a homework. You have to do it. You have to do it. I know you will be doing it. I'll explain you how you have to do it. But first you will figure out which body issue it. Okay, on what criteria it is being issued. What do they title countries? Like if we talk about United Nations, it gives ranking to the countries. If I talk about a World Development Report, it title it as low income, high income, right? What is the position of India? So we will write again nicely, body that publish it, fine. What is the criteria used? Fine. Then we will talk about what is the criteria used, what are the titles given to country, then what is the situation of India, and then we will compare both of them at last, that which one is better and why. So these should be the 5 points in your answer for a 5-marker question. Hope you will be able to do that, and if you are not, let me know. I am going to do that for you. Okay, fine. So this is one of the important questions that we have to do, beta. Then we have one more thing, that's body mass index. Now, what is body mass index? See, why I am telling this, meanwhile we are reading the chapter, there is something at the side written about body mass index also. And so whenever we go and ask a doctor, particularly if we want to look a doctor for our body, like if we are overweight or something like that, we go to gym. So it's calculated that you are healthy or not on the basis of your weight, but on the basis of body mass index. Okay, body mass index. What's this? We should divide the weight in kg by the square of height in meters. So what is body mass index? It is weight, and this weight is in kg. It is divided by height in square, and this height is in meter. Okay, and if we get the answer less than 18.5 kg per meter square, pay attention. If you get the answer that is less than 18.5 kg per meter square, then it means you are underweight. You have to eat a lot. Good. Okay. Eat something that's good. Fine. But if your weight somewhere lies between 18.5 to 24.9 kg per meter square, then you are normal weight. Okay, you are in normal weight. But if it is between 25 to 29.9 kg per meter square, then you are overweight. Okay, problem lies here. And if it is even higher, that of 13 kg per meter square, then you are obese. That means you are obesity. You have a lot of weight and you need to reduce it. Get it? So, ma'am, question comes from this. Yes, sometimes MCQs comes from this. 2-mark question can come from this, right? So, you have to look at all those boxes around. However, NCERT or CBSE all the time says that the question does not come from boxes, but it happens sometimes. So, we will not take a chance. We will study everything from the boxes too. Okay? So, this is one of the important things that was listed over here. Last important topic of the chapter, which I know that you all are easily, you will all understand it easily, okay? And the chapter's topic is sustainability of development. What beta? Sustainability of development. So we studied this in geography also, and all the time where the word sustainable means that, see, what does it mean? So we know that development is a part of our civilization now, right? Like if we see the time when there was no food to eat, people relied on hunting, poaching, etc. Since the time this fire is discovered, since the time wheel was discovered, everything changes. Towns started, and then a lot of thing has come, and now it is the world of AI. So it's never a stop now. Right? We have approached, we approached to a point where there is no go back. Development will be part of society. Each day we are going to develop. And when we are going to develop, we are using the resources, and that are natural resources majorly. In this journey, we forget that. In this journey, we forget that we are negative using the natural resource, and one day they will not be remained for our future generation. And this is how the world leaders got their eyes on. And one day they decided to do a Earth Summit. In that Earth Summit in 1992, Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. Oh my God, what happened? Okay, Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, and they decided that Sustainable development should be done. Development in a manner keeping in mind the needs of future generation. Okay, that is known as sustainability of development. Now here, two examples are given. Example number one, that's groundwater in India. Example number two, exhaustion of natural resources. Right? Have a look at this. Read it nicely. So the recent evidence suggests that groundwater is under serious threat of overuse in many parts of country. We know. About 300 districts had reported a water level decline of over 4 meters during the past 20 years. Nearly one-third of countries overusing groundwater resource. Another 25 years, 60% of country will be doing the same. Right now, only one-third is doing, and after sometimes it will be like 60% overusing the water. Groundwater overuse is particularly found in agricultural prosperous region of Punjab, Western UP. A lot of irrigation they are doing because of they need to produce more production, more, that means development more, economy more. All is because of money. Right? Hard rock plateau areas of central and south India, coastal areas and rapid growing settlements. So, bacha, here they want to make you understand that why we are doing overuse of groundwater. See, like if we look at our behavior, human behavior right now, previously we were living in houses that were built on ground floor. Right? That means on ground. And a big house will 5 to 6 members were living, or it was joint family. Then also the burden on the soil was not that much. We had a boring, we had a well, we had a pipeline connection, and we used the water. So in that, electricity was also being used, and I have heard this at my home that use the water in appropriate manner. We have to like start the motor and it will increase our electricity bill, etc., etc. We were aware about that. Right now, the settlement has changed. You people are living in metropolitan cities or in cities which have flat system, in which you are just paying 1,000 rupees for maintenance, and now you are thinking that we got the right to use as much as water we can. We are having bathtubs at home, jacuzzis, some people, rich people are having, right? Lot of water showers we are using. One bucket was used to take bath earlier, and now we are just like tap-oning that showers, and we are not even calculating how much water we are using for that. And sometimes it's more than necessary, a lot more than necessary. That is the reason our natural resources are depleting day by day, and that is causing problem. Similar such example is exhaustion of natural resources. Right now, by this oil crisis, we are very much sure that how much we are dependent on Middle East. See, 836,000 million barrels are left in Middle East, which means if we use that similarly in a way we are using it today, it will last only for 70 years. What after that? What the next generation will be doing? This is the question. I would suggest you to read this table because these can come as case study or as questions too. Okay, now is the time for one of the most important line of this chapter. Hold on, just a second. Okay, so the important line from this chapter is consequences of environmental degradation do not respect national and state boundaries. See, now here competency level, right? Competency, which last year students were so much scared about, has been increased to 60%. So, what does it mean? CBSE clearly states that I will not be asking direct questions to you, right? It will be in practical approach more, and sometimes what happens, these type of statement comes directly and they ask you to explain these, right? So, one single line is written at the end of the chapter in the paragraph that the consequences of environmental degradation, we know that by we are doing development, right? As we are doing development, we are degrading our environment. We are degrading what, beta? We are degrading environment day by day. Whenever there is environmental degradation, they do not respect, right? It do not respect what? It do not respect the national boundary or the state boundary. Like, I will give you an example. There are 3 groups of countries in the world. One is a developed country. Okay, one is a developing country and one is a underdeveloped country, in which we are very much clear that if a country becomes the developed country, they have worked more upon the society, the economy. As they have worked more, that means they have utilized the natural resources more. As they utilize the natural resources more, they might have added more to the global warming. Clearly, can you get this point? So see, it is quite different to each of the country that which country is doing more pollution, which state is doing more pollution. But whenever there is more pollution, don't you think that if Delhi is doing pollution and it will only be restricted to that border? No, the air will spread throughout the country. Right? It will affect the climate, it will affect the monsoon of other regions also around that. So whenever there is environmental degradation, the consequence of it do not respect the boundaries. For example, if there is microplastic or if there is plastic pollution in the ocean, don't you think that it will not affect only the border of that country, rather it affect the rest of the country. If we are doing water pollution, it will not be affected only in the region from where Ganga river starts, it will affect the entire zone. So the consequence of environmental degradation do not respect the boundaries, do not respect the borders. You can give the examples of air pollution actually in this, okay, and frame your answer likewise. Okay, so as promised in the starting that I will be giving you some homework question. Here are your homework questions, right? Bacha, you have to be obedient, you have to be punctual of what I am saying and what I said in the starting, right? I said that we should start the chapter with concept clarity. I explained the chapter, it's clear to you. Now it is the time you will be reading your NCERT. Along with reading, you will be making your notes. Once done, what you are going to do? Practice MCQs and all the questions written behind NCERT. After that, close everything, open this video, see these questions and try to answer them. If you are unable to do it, ask me, I will tell this to you. Okay, so the first question itself is differentiate between World Development Report and Human Development Report. Exactly the same question I told you in between, and even I told you how to write it. Next is what may be development for one may not be development for another. Explain it with the help of example. We will tell the example of that industrialist we studied in the starting. Okay, fine, great. Third is, what do you mean by sustainability of development? Yes, this question majorly comes for 3 markers. So you will explain that. Okay, sustainability of development means development in a way that the resources are left for our future generation. Good paragraph is written in your NCERT. Read it. Why do we use averages? For comparison, right? Limitation of averages? Yes, because it hides disparity. Illustrate with your own example related to development. Make that table country A, country B. Explain that table. Get it? Easy one. What is per capita income? Total income upon total population. Fine. Mention any 2 limitations of per capita income. It hides disparity, it hides differences. That's it. Fine. On basis of which 3 indicator HDI 2004 Sri Lanka has better rank. So on the basis of 3 indicators were education, health and income. Okay, read that carefully so that you can answer this. The next is Earth has enough resources to meet the need of all, but not enough to satisfy the greed of all. We know that, right? So, how is this statement relevant to the discussion of development? This should be the answer we should frame. That yes, we have a lot of natural resources, but our greedy nature is in a way that we are degrading it day by day, overusing it day by day. You can tell the example here of groundwater use. Okay, excess of groundwater use. Okay, beta. Money cannot buy all the goods and services that one need to live well. Do you agree with the statement? Yes. Justify your answer with any 3 suitable arguments. So you have to tell that we know that for development, money is all what is needed. But along with money, there should be mix of goals, right? Mix of goals. It describes this nicely. This will be the perfect answer. What does HDI stands for? Human Development Index. Three main criteria of measuring HDI. The first one here is per capita income. Per capita income. Okay. The second one here is education. Fine. And the third one here is health. Per capita income, education and health. So this is what I mean that you have to study. So we started with chapter discussion, lot of questions in the ending and lot of examples in the entire chapter, and I am pretty sure that you are able to understand the chapter nicely. Okay, beta? So now, this was the first chapter of economics. After this, so in the same channel, we even uploaded a chapter that is power sharing already, right? And I'm waiting for your responses in power sharing, that have you completed those homework questions or not, right? As I get the comments, I will be waiting in the same video too. See, the sequence will be in a manner. We studied power sharing from civics. Then we studied the first chapter from economics. Now the next chapter which I'm going to upload will be resource and development from geography, right? And the last chapter will be from history. And history, that means the chapter rise of nationalism in Europe, so that you won't lose interest in the starting of SST 2. Okay, so this will be the sequence to be followed entire year: civics, economics, geography, history. Okay, in this sequence, we are uploading one shot. Parallelly, we are uploading videos in which you can read the chapter, understand the chapter between less than 30 minutes. So basically, it is a revision. After that, I will be uploading certain rapid revision 5-minute 5 markers videos too. Okay, this is going to be helpful for you. I know if you trust me for your SST exam, but believe me that you are going to rock your exams, and later we are going to start our live sessions too. In that live sessions also, we will study all together. You will be the part of my journey and I'll be the part of your class 10 journey. Okay, one more important thing that I want to tell you, beta, is see, these PPTs or PDFs what I am using in the video are quite important for you, because I am giving you some homeworks also, and this you can consider even as your notes too. To get all those PDF, you just need to do one thing. We are directly providing you that too for free of cost. Right? No, nothing to pay, nothing like that. You just need to click the link given below. So here in the YouTube channel below, there is a link given in the description box. Click that. Whatever credentials are being asked, upload them, and then you will get a PDF of this particular chapter. Okay, so easy notes are available to us, easy questions are available to us, and from the next chapter we will also be preparing some MCQs in the session only. Okay, so are you ready for the next chapter? Okay, so all the best for your class 10th. I will be your SST teacher throughout the year. Let's make SST possible. Okay, meet you soon in the next video. Up till then, tata bye bye, take care.